be much more excited than that for this to happen. Now, she is based in Manchester. She is a poet, she's a playwright, she's a performer. Her recent show, Amsterdam, has actually been nominated for a Manchester Theatre Awards. So fingers crossed for that. You'll find out next month about it. She's intrigued me because she's got props, and props are always exciting. So I can't wait to see what's going to go on there. Are you ready to start clapping your hands?
Yeah.
Start stamping your feet, start making some noise for Chanje Kunda!
Put my beer on. So, yes, I have got various props in my bag, so I'm just going to open it and then at random times I am going to show you what's inside. So, I've got this collection of poetry called Amsterdam, which is on sale, and I'm going to say a few poems out of it. So the first one that I'm going to say is called I Don't Want to Be a Statistic. I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want social security. I want financial security. Freedom is earning your own money and not relying on a man. Having your own account. 0% on balance transfers. Freedom is aspiration. Freedom is free-range eggs, soy milk and corn sausages. A Dyson Hoover, a dishwasher, a self-cleaning oven, a descaling kettle and self-defrosting freezer. Having 2 gardens and 2 trees, a roof that belongs to you. Freedom is digital. Freedom is taking your son to football, hiring a tutor and paying for him to learn how to play the cornet. It's a shopping spree. 70% cocoa and a skinny latte. Freedom does not contain added sugar and will not leave the tap running whilst brushing its teeth. I made it. I'm free at last. Free at last. Thank a non-sectarian deity that does not cause religious conflict. I'm free at last. But I smell a rat because somehow I passed the test and progressed, but the pressure of being a success leads to stress, no time for rest. Thoughts of attainment, running rife, upgrade your car, upgrade your phone, your house and your life. Keep up the pace or lose face, stay on the chase. The fallacy of reality is making me lose my sanity. Caught in the achievement trap. One day you're gonna snap. Material things seduce. Money reigns and rules the roost. And having it all is the goal, but this takes its toll. Feed your bank balance or feed your soul. I need a journey to the east to find peace. Or a weekend away at least. My grandmother's life was so different. She used to stare out over the savannah. Her husband was a fisherman. Salt and spices seasoned, fish caught that day and barbecued on a charcoal fire.
Nice.
Eating game meat, she would lick the greasiness of its flesh from her fingers. Make love and make babies. Make love and eat okra. Make love and drink palm wine. Make love and bathe in the river. Make love and admire the moon. But in Manchester, there never even seems to be any thunder or lightning, at least to make it into a show. With these smallest drops of rain you can barely see and hardly feel, but somehow you get drenched. Well, it's not a state of like acute pain or unhappiness, but this almost continuous low level of discontent, boredom, and nervousness. It's a life of quiet, screaming desperation. I need a journey to the east to find peace, or a weekend away at least. Amsterdam's east of Manchester, right? In the centre of Amsterdam, on a boat, the sun makes diamonds on the water. Warm rays on my skin, holding the stem of a wine glass, slowly sipping white wine, taking it all in. Canal bridges, upside down semicircles let boats through. A duck glides by, leaving a long wake. Water reflects trees that line the canal and the pattern of the sky, making an upside down portrait of the view. The boat sways slightly. Tall 17th century terraces, cobbled streets, and barges turned houseboats with circular windows along the side. In the distance, I can hear someone playing the accordion. Watching the water is mesmeric. The sky is blue. And inside the boat, light dancing on the water reflects onto the ceiling and ripples there. And I think that this is the perfect way to unwind. It's dark, the devil. The glowing light of the end of a joint burns red, like tiny solar flares lighting up the darkness of the club. The DJ preaches the politics of partying in pulsating beats, busting some serious bass. Big black speakers send vibrations to my soul. Lights on a PA system mixing desk. Fingers slide up and down, fade in and out, switch positions. A light-skinned black man with a skiffle and a tropical smile appears through the haze. the subwoofer, my heart goes boom. The red-skinned man's lips look like ripe fruit and makes me feel dizzy as there's spinning discs on the decks. My hair is music cables, my skin is a receptor, and he is music. I want to pull him back like my favourite track. Walk back to our rented apartment on Rockin'. Closing eyes. The first kiss is so deep, I see waterfalls cascading, white water crashing and turning into mist. But we don't make love. I think a guy should worship you first. His email address is written in blue ink onto a purple notebook. This last night of my trip, I packed clothes and emotions into a case and crash. Thank you. Anyway, so when I got back, I sent this guy an email. So I wrote a poem about this email I sent. Open my laptop. 90 degrees of excitement. Press power on. It purrs. Password allows entry onto Outlook. Fingering my purple notebook. Stroke the handwritten email address he wrote. Careful to press all the right buttons. I enter myself as the subject. Now going into the body of the message. An empty space to fill. I compose myself in a few characters, and through the World Wide Web, the letter X blows kisses into his memory. A visual silence looks like spam and events invitations, turning from annoyance to frustration. A visual silence is the absence of him in my inbox. The clock ticks. But then, the 19-character email address assembles in the from box of an email. My heart is buffering. The flat line begins to peak and pulse again. We started having like a real-time chat online, and so I'm going to say this poem, and I'm going to use some batons as well. Why not? Why don't you come back to Amsterdam? I'll think about it. What's to think about? Isn't it always raining in Manchester? Well, I hardly think Amsterdam's the #1 destination for getting some sun. Well, it was good enough for you to come on holiday to. Who goes on holiday to Manchester? Manchester's got a lot of culture, actually. Joy Division, The Fall, Happy Mondays, Stone Roses, Alan Turing, the mathematician, Mick Hucknall, Emily in Pankhurst, Judy from Richard and Judy. Les Dawson. Bernard Manning. The Manchester tart. What's a Manchester tart? It's a cake with custard inside, topped with coconut flakes and a cherry on top. You should try it. You're more like dark chocolate, aren't you? Don't be cheeky. Seriously, Chanje, why don't you come back to Amsterdam? Well, I guess there is a little part of me that wants to get away. How about next weekend? So soon? Spontaneous? I like it.